Me no kwe la funudalo. Oh me no. Oh me to. Asui. Me la funudalo. Oh me la funudalo. Oh me no. Oh me to. Asui. On va pas les voix, dans les voix. Yeah. On va pas les voix, dans les voix. Yeah. Pas les voix, dans les voix. On va pas les voix, dans les voix. Yeah. On va pas les voix, dans les voix.
Take our power from us, subdue us economically, politically, spiritually, and all other socially, and all other things. That's what I have seen from all this presentation. So now that these artifacts or spiritual objects, I'm more concerned about the spiritual objects than the arts. Now that the Europeans had conquered the world and these things were used as educational to educate people, what are these things going to be doing in Europe again? What is their role and what is our role?
Thank you, Benjamin.
I don't know, maybe you want to follow up on that?
Yes, I want to.
Sure.
I want to say something because museum and zoo, they have played a bad role in the history of Africans. And I don't know the history of Suriname or anything like that. For Africans, people have been captured in Africa and showed here as martyrs or something like that. Why are we not reflecting on these kind of things? And the way we are speaking globally about museum, it is not that for Africans and the African diaspora.
Okay. I mean, what I'm saying is slightly different from the
My name is Sana Voncujovi.
My name is Pele Voncujovi.
And we are Ghanaian Japanese brothers. Our father is Ghanaian, our mother is Japanese. We're born in Japan, but then we moved to Ghana very young.
We had a very interesting household because our mother is Japanese and she was a manager of a Japanese trading company. And my dad is the voodoo priest / magician. So like extremely different cultures, extremely different types of profession.
You know, I think when I was growing up, when I was much young, it was more of an identity crisis. Because in Ghana, you're considered white person. In Japan, you're considered black person. So basically, in both of your home countries, you are considered a foreigner. So I was the first one to go to UWC. At the time, I was studying in Ghana. I believe it was high school. But then I really wanted to know more about the world. And then we started studying abroad. And so I guess Costa Rica was the first place that we went to. And UWC Costa Rica was very far away from home. You know, to this day, I would say that UWC was the big turning point in my life, where it completely changed my life for the better.
I went to UWC Costa Rica, just like Senna. And so everyone's like, oh, you copied your brother. And then I went to Middlebury right after that. And everyone's like, you're still copying your brother. So that was definitely a complex. But once I was talking to my professor about it, she was like, you know, if the path that is being set is a good path, there's nothing wrong with walking through it.
For me, so after UWC, when I went to Middlebury, I ended up actually studying international politics, economics, and also African studies. I recently also completed a master's in China.
So at Middlebury, I didn't really know what I wanted to study when I first got there. But then I looked back at UWC and I had a really, really amazing economics teacher called Heidi. So I really liked economics. I was part of like a social entrepreneurship fellowship, which gave me the opportunity to really explore different entrepreneurial thinking courses. And at Middlebury, I graduated and came straight to Japan because I was more interested in working between Africa and the East. So more Africa and Asia, because given our cultural background, I figured we have a bit more of an edge there to become some form of bridge. And I was working in the telecom business as a market analyst. Jaspora is an organization that Senna, myself, and a girl from Senegal called Uli co-founded in Japan in 2019. And the reason was that there was very few spaces in Japan where Afro people African descent, the diaspora, could come together and network and connect with each other. So we found this platform to kind of bring people together, let them network, learn from each other, share experiences, build on. And we have people who are older generation, younger generation. So there's a lot of like sharing and networking, growing, happening.
When you are in UWC, it's such a bubble and it's such a nice place that some people may not even appreciate it. But I think my experience, and I also say, maybe speak for Pele, that the longer you spend outside of UWC, the more you could realize how much almost of a heaven that UWC is, of like such mutual respect and understanding and cross-cultural learning and all these kinds of things. So I really want to thank all the UWC Costa Rica teachers and all my past teachers that may not be there anymore, for teaching us what they taught us, and that those values are very much alive here in Tokyo and in Ghana.
Get the best benefit out of nature. So when they say juju, 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 at the end of the day, it's plants, water, rivers, mountains, stones, metals. That's what that is combined. The knowledge of knowing how to live in harmony with nature is what is termed by the white man, and especially by the French, Belgian French, that it's juju, juju. So when you hear the word juju, you are scared. But that's where your DNA is. Because your ancestors, that's the way they relate to the divine, by paying homage and respect. Rivers are God, because if the rivers are dead and dirty, we will not survive. Respecting nature is respecting God. And respecting God is for you to respect nature. Don't cut down trees, don't destroy rivers and all this. So that today we are all saying global warming, global warming. What is the cause? We're just destroying nature because we want to be rich. We don't know we are destroying ourselves. And when it got to where it has gotten to now, so we should plant trees, we should do this, we should do that. But our ancestors had certain things. There are certain days you don't go to the river. You know why? they want the river to rest. There are certain days you don't go to farm. Why? Because they want you to let the land take rest. And then these are all called superstition. It is not.
Just have a proud.
Microphone. Microphone cover Mayo brahini mayo bobochi mayo ngbe foli koko mo ke gomle godo kruche kuma komo na to gbenyo na ha mi lo kuto me ne fana mi bobo re me na bobo me fana mayo ayo Antonio kosipo ku yo na nye akoso ago kute pe no mayo Your phone, you could get it as in your most if you see Jam Cosa, Bracobra, Mamma, and Bodjim, but Tawena Coffee, Tawena could be a man, some Mamma and Doria for Mbe, Pecuno, Kutoman family. Eh, mayo, me a song, our a teacher to pay could be a Cecilia Penny Eka, Tepemensa. Your penny Celestia, could be a Caterina, could be a foreign second for your banner, could be a Kutoman family. Bobore. Ya will not to give a cottage with Jim Mayo Kinnick has a punch of Barasabara with an amayo, Bokor Daffy is so far who are movie, Bokor Facha Jogger, Mayo Milo. May I talk with you? I told Simon Cavilla Benina see I got to Mayo Daniel Vic Pomarella Agbaro in Nigeria. Mayo Honula Vacmo, Mayo Miaka, Tobiamaze, and a honey. Mayo. Amanga, Koku, and Atovi, and Kaima, Kutumanefano, you're happy, Baji, Kutumanefanamilo, Bumi and Agbonefan. Eh, Mayo Abuchi Sakrakamacha of Albea Dogo, or Kutokoli don't call Kurumaku, Bretovano Lecho, Frank Tabanefin, Kabisinka, or Kofito Jabaku, or Jotua Coffee, Chohan Coffee Atra, Table, and Ahani. Tabaho Batoma would do to Torahui, Pupumaya Zapazagedi, Cluno, Hotocosino, Hoto, Kerikuriku, Ahanani, Gong, Yaho. Mayor, a fan of a farm managers, or cookers prepared to end of farming. Mayor calling the Meji, Kumeji, or the Meji, so Meji, or the Meji, Lamija, Clamage, good damage, Samiji, Kamiji, Troop, Meji, Tulami, Lieutenant Chimney, for the Chetula, Clever Miracle, Patavado, Boamatavade, Abuendido. A Beniga to me. A 7 care for me to in Agbe. My sister, nobody never. The Nanibala Menesem, no, the Macotani, Mayor Clama. The Chaclam, sorry, the Chaclam, the Kaji Chaclam. Acclamac, your Akasia. Okay, so we are ready to go. We are starting with YouTube, and we have Tobe Jigbeza Sesoka saying greetings and good day, Papa. Bokor Anuledo, Woliwofu, America Denani Edo. Thank you very much for that. Very grateful. Tobe Jigbeza Sesoka. Then we have Tibi Nyambe from Zambia. Say greetings, Papa, and the AMT family. Watching you live from Zambia. Thank you very much, Timmy. How are you and how is the family? Hope you are all doing well. And Tobe Jigbeza is saying that the volume is low, Papa, and hard to hear you clearly. Okay, let me check. You high. Okay, so sorry. If it is okay now, Tobe Jigbeza, please let us know. No, you come in directly. Let's be going. Yes, fix the camera, but let's be going. When you get to a point where you do a interlude, then you can change it. Move the questions up and let me see. Okay, we have our brother Michael James say Alafia and blessings, Baba, and to you and others around the world. May today we all be blessed with wisdom and abundance of prosperity, good health, good wealth, and good health. Ashe. Thank you very much, Michael James. I'm very grateful to you. And then Tobe Jigbeza went on, Ache, perfect. Can hear you loud and clear. Thank you very much, Tobe Jigbeza. Thank you very much. Those of you who had been on Clubhouse, we are now on Telegram. It's because the Clubhouse has changed their settings, and we are now on Telegram. So when you go on Telegram, you will see Revolution, and when you come on Revolution, you will get us. This thing is still reconnecting for long. Telegram. Why isn't the recent coming here? You see? It is still reconnecting. I don't know why. Okay, let's be going. Change to Facebook for me. Okay, so on Facebook, Revolution Voodoo Education is live now. Facebook, we have Isaku Ali Kele Sisala. I say greetings, Papa. Hello, Isaku. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section. Hope everything is well with you. And we have our sister Lizzie Ashoka. I say greetings, Papa. Sending love. As always, thank you very much, big sister Lizzie Ashokai, and my regards to the whole family and to my little giant. My greetings to all of you, and have a very lovely Sunday. Thank you very much for joining. And then we have Kwabena Buachi Yadom. Say greetings. Hello, Kwabena. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section. We are all grateful to you all. Then we have African Magic Temple on Facebook, and we have Henry Fleet. He's saying hi. Hello, Henry. How are you? Thank you very much for joining the section. Is that Henry was the only one?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have on TikTok, we have Ndate Lalito Farms, and that is coming from Timmy Nyambe. It's a greetings, Papa, and the AMT team. Hello, Timmy. Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have our big sister Oluchi Osuoke. It's a great evening, Papa, with peace and love. Hello, big sister Oluchi. How have you been? It's been a while. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you are fine. Hope everything is going on well with you. Thank you very much. And then we have Dan Baby 22 is abundance, my brother. Thank you very much, Dan Baby 22. Thank you very much for that. We have somebody called Bob Washington 95 saying that good afternoon, Papa. Hello, Bob Washington. Good afternoon to you. How are you? And thank you very much for joining today's section. I'm very grateful. Please send in your questions so that we can answer them for you. Anything that is confusing you about African traditional spirituality, ask questions, and I am here to help you to understand what we call African traditional spirituality. Then we have Shamba Musa Mohammed on YouTube. Say good afternoon, Papa. Hello, Shamba. How have you been? How is your mom and your dad and your big brother Daryl? My regards to all of them. Thank you very much for joining the section. Then there is Timmy Nyambe. It's always amazing joining your section with much love. Timmy, thank you very much. I'm very, very grateful. I'm grateful. Okay, on TikTok we have our sister Luna Nicole saying blessing, Papa. It's good to see you again. Very good to see you, Nicole. We're very grateful that you joined the section. I'm very grateful. Is it finished from there? Okay, so please, I am waiting for your questions, and if you have anything to say, please just send it and we'll try to break it down and explain so that we all learn something about our tradition. I don't know whether you people had noticed that the black man, African, is the only one who is thinking about heaven. Yes, the heaven was written by the white man. The story of heaven had been written by the white man. But the white man has already planned, especially Europeans, for like a Buckingham Palace. They know who will be the next king in the next 200 years from now. If heaven is really real, why do they plan who will be the next king or who will be the king in the next 200 years? When they said that Jesus is coming soon and the world will end, why are they preparing for the next 200 years or 100 years from now? So you can understand that concept of heaven, where you go and relax and you not work and you only be eating and be happy, does not actually exist on the physical plane, because it is not exist. Otherwise people will not be planning and building skyscrapers and when they know the world is going to end. But to the black man, this become our walking stick, that we all want to make heaven. That's why we don't want to make any effort to build ourselves. So the black man is the only person who thinks of going to heaven. So he has become very lethargical in order to make actions. And we continue preaching. There are more churches in my country than in Europe. Yet still we are suffering and we are in poverty. So what is the God that the church brought to us doing to us? We don't think we should. Thank you, everybody. Change you over camera. Hello. Yes. Open it. If there is no say coffee, if you are not having anything, play some videos.
Me no kwe la funu dalo. Ome no, ome to, asui. Me la funu da. Ome la funu da. Ome no, ome to, asui. On va pas les voix dans les voix. On va pas les voix dans les voix. Les voix dans les voix. On va pas les voix dans les voix. On va pas les voix dans les voix. Level, I got level, I got level. Mekadeo malelo, adela mekadeo malelo yo. Mekadeo malelo, mekadeo malelo. Mekadeo malelo, adela mekadeo malelo yo. Mekadeo malelo, mekadeo malelo. Mekadeo malelo, adela mekadeo malelo yo. Megadeo malelo, megadeo malelo, megadeo malelo, yeah. Megadeo malelo, megadeo
Mami Hablo, Mami Astarte, you should bring blessings into our life and help us to become rich, and we should know your name, and you should help us to have everything we need in life. Hey, Mami Astarte, hey, hey. Okay. Mami Hablo, Mami Astarte, you should bring blessings into our life and help us to become rich, and we should know your name.
damfa, damfa, kopie damfa, damfa lo kopie damfa, damfa 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 lo kopie damfa, damfa kopie damfa, damfa kopie damfa, damfa lo kopie.
Okay, we have our brother Koku Agbeko. Say greetings, Togwe. Good afternoon, and all AMT team. Thank you very much. And then we join us, Togwe Afaubo. Koku Agbeko is calling Togwe Afaubo to join the section. Thank you very much, Koku Agbeko. I'm grateful. Okay, we have our sister Luna Nicole say, what is the process of initiation? Are there requirements beforehand? Yes, the process of initiation, depending on what you are going to be initiated into. See, a lot of people have it in their mind that initiation is just one single thing. No. Initiation simply means being introduced to a particular voodoo. So when you say what is the process of initiation, it depends on what you want to be initiated into. There are so many voodoos, and each voodoo that you need to work with, you need to be initiated into them. So each voodoo's initiation is different from another. And the things that are the requirements are also totally different from another voodoo. So there is no one single process of initiation. If you want to be initiated into Afa, the process is different. If you want to be initiated into African Magic Temple deities, the process, the major 3 patron deities of African Magic Temple, when you want to be initiated into them, that process is also different. When you want to be initiated into Mamiwata, you want to be initiated into dwarfs, you want to be initiated into different voodoos, the process of initiation is different. So there is no one fixed process called initiation process. It depends on what you want to be initiated into, then the process will come. Thank you, Luna Nicole. And then we have a Fab Detail 1369 saying, good afternoon to you. And he went and said, is there an Ankh? No, we don't deal with Ankh in African Magic Temple. Ankh is people who are dealing with Kemet and all this. We are not dealing with Kemet. We are dealing with our AV Voodoo and Afa. So we don't deal with in Ankh. Then we have Christopher Boss Niels. Okay, it's following the host. Then we have Krista. I say, I highly respect you a lot. Thank you very much, Krista. I'm very grateful for that. And thank you very much for joining us. And then Stanislav shared the live video. Thank you very much, Stanislav. And then we have FabDT 1369. Say, how to receive blessings from our ancestors. To receive blessings from your ancestors, you have to learn how to pour libation to them and call them by their name while you pour libation to them. And also sometimes, if you have a special case, you want to ask them a special, you need some special information from them, then you have to do a reading and to find out what they want you to do to be able to receive their support. So, but the normal way is pouring libation to your ancestors, and you may get their blessings and support. Yeah, I think that is what it is. And then we have a sister again, Luna Nicole, is saying that, Papa, can you see our questions? Yes, I am seeing some of the questions, not all, but this is what is on my monitor. That's what I can see. And then we have Lincoln Wahab, following the host. And then we have MD saying hello. Hello, MD. Thank you for joining the listen. Okay, is that all? For now. Okay. Okay, Timmy Nyambe in Zambia is saying congratulations to those who took part in the previous ritual. Thank you very much. And then Timmy Nyambe went on to say, Papa, why do people call our ancestors evil or Satan, forgetting that when these people were alive, they loved us very much? How can they then become our enemies when they are they died? Thank you in advance. Okay, Timmy. It is only a person who does not appreciate their hometown is the one that uses the left hand to point to their village. It's an every adage. Means it's only a fool who uses his left hand to point to his village. What that means literally is that you cannot deny yourself from where you come. You cannot deny where you come from. And that is what Christianity and Islam has done to our people. Because when you look into a heaven that has been drawn and sometimes in movies, you don't see any white, you don't see any black man. You only see white people. When you look into all the books that spoke about God, whether it is in Islam, in Hinduism, in Christianity, in Buddhism, most of the time the devil is painted black. And since the white man came to our land, our ancestors were worshipping God. They have the name of God, and they know how to worship God in our tradition. They asked our ancestors to give them land to build a place where they can worship God. And our ancestors allowed them or gave them place to build a place to worship God, thinking that the God we worship is the same God they brought. And once they have grounded and their legs are firm, they start telling our people, our ancestors, those who could be convinced, that their God is bigger than ours. Just like today when a Christian and a Muslim, or even Christians from different denominations, start fighting each other whose God is the greatest, whose God is the most powerful. I think there's a very popular comedy on TikTok where there is a lady called Charity. It's a giving visa. It's a Nigerian comedy where giving visa to people, but when you go there, she want to tell you about her God and how powerful her God is, that powerful than yours. So our people bought into this, and you know, Christianity, especially Christianity, use deceit and coercing to lure people into their congregation or into their religion. And they also use what do you call it? They try to intimidate you by telling you that if you don't do what the Christian Bible tells you to do, or what Christianity tells you to do, you will go to hell, or whatever else you are doing is not good because it is not coming from their religion. Where the truth is that, how do you know whose God is the most powerful and whose God is not the most powerful? Our ancestors had been praying to the God that they knew, and it has been working for them until the white man came and came very cunningly, as if they were friends, but not knowing they were enemies. They were interested in our wealth, in our resources, and they have to use some tricks and ways to deceive people who were with weak mind, to be able to take our wealth from us. So that is what is the purpose of African Magic Temple and Revolution: to re-educate our people, to demystify all this notion that the African man's way of worshipping the creator or the divine is evil. If our ancestors were evil, then we are evil, because the blood of our ancestors are still running in us today. No one in Africa or a black man has the blood of Abraham or Jacob or David. If there are any, there need to be only few, very few. The majority of us have the bloodline of our ancestors. So why should we deceive ourselves that our grandfather or our ancestor is Abraham, whereby when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we don't look anything like Abraham or his generation? So it is a misplaced identity or priority where our people begin to destroy themselves by thinking that the white man's God is more better than the black man's God. So I think this is it. If your grandfather built a house and your father came to live in here, your father gave birth to you, or he established farms and land, and today you are inheriting it, how can you call your grandfather an evil person? Is it not a stupid fool who can only use their left hand to point to their hometown? So to me, it is the stupidity of the black man to accept what is an illusion than to accept reality. Yeah, that is what it is. And Timmy went on to say, every 11th November, the world celebrates those soldiers who died in the First and Second World War. That act is not called evil, but when you remember your own parents, they say you are worshipping Satan. Yes, it is the displaced and misplaced identity problem that the black man has, because they are celebrating people who died in war and remembering their ancestors. And then when you go into respecting your ancestors and paying homage to your ancestors, then it is satanic. You can imagine how many people have been going to church and have been trying to kill Satan, bind Satan, destroy Satan until today. Satan had never been killed or destroyed. Is it not an illusion? What doesn't exist cannot be destroyed. It is only what exists is what you can destroy if it is against you. But because Satan does not actually exist, human beings have a free will to do good and to do bad. So some people choose to do bad, and that is it. If they choose to do bad, it is up to them whether you call them satanic or not. And people who choose to do good, if you want to call them God or angels, it's up to you. But there is nothing called Satan anywhere. There are spirits that are called negative spirits and positive spirits. But negative spirits were also created by the same creator. And positive spirits were also created by the same creator. Just like how the day and the night are, the sky and the earth, man and woman, the land and the sea, or water. So God, if there is one, but I would say more nature, is beautiful. It creates opposites. If there is no night, you can't live in the daytime all through. You need to rest. That's why even in the countries where there is 6 months of daylight and 6 months of darkness, there is a time, or there are times that they will go to sleep and they will cover their heads or put their curtains on to create darkness. So negativity and positivity are just compromising each other or complementing each other. So there is nothing called good, there's nothing called bad. It is your viewpoint that gives you that. What is evil in some other place may not be evil in another place. Take for instance, Americans decide to go and bomb Iraqis, innocent people. For what? For their oil. But they use a pretext of saying that Saddam Hussein was bad and they need to remove him from there. To the Americans and American soldiers, what they were doing was good, because Saddam Hussein was presumed to be their enemy because they wanted something and he's not giving them the chance to take it. So, to Americans, Saddam Hussein was a bad man at that time. There was a time that he was a good man, and he was even given an award, a peace or whatever award, by the same very people who later call him evil. And to the Iraqis, who had suffered under the Americans' bombing and killing spree, to them the Americans were evil people. So if you want to think about what is evil and what is good, it all depends on your viewpoint. The perpetrator, for them, it's good. And for the victims, it is evil. So, Timmy, this is what we are seeing in the world, and this is how the world had been all along. So, it is not anything new. And calling your own ancestors evil just because they are not Christians or they are not in Christian church. It is our own mistake by pointing our left fingers to our hometown. Thank you very much, Timmy, and I hope that answer will give you some understanding from where that concept of paying homage to your ancestors has become evil, but paying homage to white people's ancestors is not evil. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have a MD saying, I find sometimes pyramid-shaped rocks from nature. It's okay, rocks can take any shape. It has nothing to do with spirituality whatsoever. So it has nothing to do with spirituality whatsoever. Pyramid or no pyramid, rocks are rocks. Thank you very much. And then we have a Fabit369 saying, thanks for your answer. You're welcome. And then Fab DTL369 went on to say the Ankh question was moved. This thing for me. The Ankh question was misspelled. I was gonna ask for a prayer like our Father prayer. We in our culture there is nothing called our Father prayer. In our African culture, there's nothing called our Father. That's why we pour libation and call the names of our ancestors. Who told you God is a man, whereby it will be our Father? And why God is not a woman, and you say our mother? So those things are just white people's European things. So there's no our Father prayer in our tradition. We call out the names of our ancestors and pay homage to them. That's what it is. And then we have D eccentric saying true. Thank you very much. And then ancestral arts 00840 say blessings, and blessings to you too. Move it, the Kasa. Ever. Okay, Timmy Nyambe on YouTube is saying, thank you, Papa. Thank you too, Timmy, for that question. We are all learning from the questions that you post. And then we have Kwaku Agbeko. He says, Togbe, you look very relaxed. That's great, Papa. Welcome. Thank you very much, Kwaku Agbeko. Yeah. Thank you very much. My health is not that very good today, so I'm just taking things easy.
Yeah, video.
So the TikTok also they don't have plenty people. For the telegraph. Your right hand is itchy. In some people, it takes money away from them. So you must know which when your right hand itches you, what happens as most that may be at the funeral. Because people think that when you go to a funeral, it's only human beings who come. Even dead people also come to attend that funeral. And some may see something good about you or may see something bad about you, a human being, and will decide to follow you, either to do something good or to stop you from getting something good. Whichever way, we cannot know. So what we do is that when we go to a funeral and we come back home, that's what we do. We mash this herb inside water, add salt to it, and then bath, or at least cleanse ourselves from head to toe, in order to tell the ghosts or spirits that are following us, that are not our friends, that we don't know, strange spirits, to leave us. So salt has so many ways and so many things that can do to bath salt. So people, this is what I know about salt, bathing of salt. But there may be other ones that other people may also know, which I don't know. But this is how I use salt. The salt is also sometimes is used in spiritual cleansing, either with the herbs or with other things. So, yeah. So let's go to the another question. Okay, we have toasted at Bernard Magno. It says Pinterest Coastal. Yes, that's where our location is. And then we have MB Forever say thank you. And thank you to MB Forever for understanding what I said. We have Selom say, I want to do reading of my life. How do I do it? Selom, consult or contact the number and call to the office. They will book an appointment for you. And when you come, we will do the reading for you if you want us to do it for you. Thank you very much. And then we have Love. The man speaks good English. Oh, thank you, Love. Thank you very much. And then we have Brian Davis say good afternoon again. And then we have a last space, the Rave. And last space, the Rave is say, where are you located? We are on the Spinters Road in Bachonia, precisely around Coastal Estate bus stop. That's where we are. But if you call the number on our profile, they will give you direction. Thank you very much, Las Space de Rev. And then we have Brian Davis. We have Brian Davis say, how are you? I'm good. Thank you. And how are you too? Then we have a for Sewonu. Can I enroll for a spiritual course? Yes and no, because we are not a classroom type of spiritual thing that this impact. There's so much to learn in life. You can buy your book, and when you come, and we will see what you want to learn, and then we can teach you if possible. So yes, you can. And then we have Love again. You speak good English. I went to school, Love. I've gone to school. I was a classroom teacher at one time. Okay. Even now I still lecture from time to time, and I sometimes I go to universities outside Ghana to lecture. So don't be surprised. Okay. Okay, and then we have Wayosi. Say Baba, today is Sunday. Please, I want to too sure for Aseda. Oh, Wayosi, I don't do lotto numbers. I don't give lotto numbers because I myself I don't stake lotto. And I don't believe in game of chances. So my spirits are not spirits that give lotto numbers. That's why I am in court with some people who use my image to be deceiving people. I don't give lotto numbers because I myself I don't stake lotto. Thank you, Wayosi. And then we have toasted at Wayosi. We don't do too sure over here. Okay. Thank you, Toasted. Then we have Kevin Bonga. Say, I'm from South Africa. I want to be rich. Yes, Kevin, we all are looking for opportunity to be rich. That's why I work. That's why you are seeing me here every Sunday. That I work, and when people want me to work for them, then I will work for them, and through whatever they will pay me, I will also take care of myself and take care of responsibilities. But at my shrine, there is nothing like money making machine. We don't have a money making machine, and we don't have any spirit at my shrine that gives money to people. Otherwise, I will not sit here. I will just sleep and let the spirit be sending money to me, and I'll wake up and just be having fun. So there isn't anything in my shrine that makes money. There's no spirit at my shrine that makes money or make people rich. However, we can teach you about life, and when you follow the steps in life, you can make your prosperity through your own hard work and your own sweat. That we believe in. But to say you come here and then you become rich. So why do you think if I can make people rich, why should I make people rich? I don't make myself rich. If I can make people rich, then I should make myself rich first. Or at least I have children, I have family members. I should make them all rich. So at my shrine, there isn't anything like that. Maybe there are some people who can do that, but not at our shrine. Thank you very much. And then we have a Wayosi saying, I toasted, I'm asking Papa, not you, please. Yeah, we don't, Wayosi, we don't give lotto numbers here. We are not lotto agents. We are not lotto forecaster. We don't forecast lotto, and my spirits don't give lotto number. They have some better things to do than lotto number. Thank you very much. And then we have Bernard Manyo. Say, Daddy, your location. We are on the Spinters Road at Batronia. and toasted at Wayosi. Not at all, bro. Thank you all. Then we have Lee Mino. Say, please, say, where is your location? Please go onto my profile. You will find where we are. And then we have Uncle Cozy saying, hey, Uncle, how are you? And then we have a sexy baby saying hi. Hello, sexy baby, how are you? And then we have Wayosi again, Baba. They have been removing my comments. Please, what too sure for today? Wayosi, if you are listening, nobody has been removing your comment. I've been reading all of them. Unless it did not appear here. We don't remove people's comments. I kept saying that we don't give lotto number at my shrine. We are not a lotto number spiritualist. So there is nothing called 2 sure or 3 sure. Even 1 sure we don't have. We are not a lotto number giving spiritualist. So please, you should contact those lotto number giving spiritualists to give you 2 sure for today. I don't do that. Okay, thank you very much. Then we have Colin William saying hi. Hello, Colin. How are you? Thank you very much. Then we have an anointed hands. Say, Togbe, how my 2023 will be. Please, I think you should contact your pastor. Since you are anointed hands, your pastor should be able to know which one your 2023 is. Ours here is
in teaching spirituality to demonstrate its origin or their taste. I don't know, because you see, the Christianity and Islam also borrowed a lot of things from Africa before, because our traditions had been there long time before Christianity and Islam were formed. And then there was some kind of interaction between our people and the Arabs, our people and the Europeans, somewhere even long before slavery came in. So a lot of things were borrowed from our culture, from the African culture, and also found its way into Christianity. Like in our culture, we have 40 days when a person died. There's a ritual that we do. And I know that in Christianity, especially in Catholicism, they also do some 40 days prayers or missa or mass for dead people. And I don't know. I think even in normal Christian, Orthodox Christians and Christianity in the whole, they also observe the 40 days. So where does this one come from? Because I realize that it's coming from all other places, not only in Voodoo or Africanism. In Japan, there is. In Asia, they have this 40 days, and later some 7 years, 13 years, and all kind of things. So there is a highly possible that Christianity also borrowed a lot of our tradition and put back. I don't know so much about the Ebo or the sacrifices can be shown in Christianity and in Islam, teaching spirituality to demonstrate its origin, or if there is any. But there are so much mixture of cultures, so there could be something that the Christians do which may be from our Voodoo or Afa or Ifa rituals, but they do it, and they don't, probably it is lost, that no one knows its origin. Because, you know, when they talk about the celebration of the birth of Jesus in December, which is never true, because Jesus wasn't born in December, but that's what has been put there. And also during winter time, the people do not graze their animals at the fields. It is too cold for the animal and for the cow heads and shepherds and other people. But then they say that's when he was born. But then I think in our tradition, people do certain rituals at certain times of the year, and somehow this was kind of misplaced with Christianism. And the same thing with the Assyrians and other people of their Easter, where it is a pagan this thing where they worship the goddess Ishtar. But then now it has come into Christianity, and we celebrate Easter, and then they talk about egg and all that thing. So I'm not very sure which ones I can point out to, but I know that there are so many so many of our traditional voodoo and Ifa rituals and Ebo have found a way into Christianity and Islam, but nobody knows this thing. So, because in the first place, the Christians are not going to accept that whatever they practice is from tradition, and also I don't think Islamic people will accept that what they practice is coming from tradition. If it is not Arab, then it is Jewish. Thank you very much, Michael, for that question. We have Ancestral at 00840 asking a question, how? And then again, they take communion. Yeah, okay. Ancestors, they take communion. Communion could, in our tradition, it is not communion because nobody goes and put their hands behind their hand and somebody feed you with bread or wine. What we do is that when we do vosa or necessary rituals and sacrifices, the animal that is killed for the voodoo is cooked, and people together join hands and eat together. And if there's any portion that has to be given to the voodoo or to the ancestors, that portion is given to the ancestors. But we don't go like the way the Christians go, by opening mouth and somebody puts small bread in your mouth and give you some drink to drink. We don't do that in our culture. I don't know. I've not seen any African culture doing that. Thank you very much. Then we have a tower, neutrals. Say, oh, good evening, Tommy. I greet you from Nigeria. Today is our independence. Okay, our Nigeria independence is the 1st October. Okay. Oh, congratulations to you, Tower. Thank you very much for joining the section. Congratulations to you and to all Nigerians for coming of age. I send my greetings to all Nigerians. Thank you very much. Yes, I used to live in Nigeria, and I taught as a teacher in the classroom in Nigeria many years ago. Yes, okay. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go up and see. Go move it. No. No, if you it's finished. Okay. Tower, thank you very much. I'm grateful. And then we'll be closing today's section very early. It is not going to be long. And then we have our brother Henry Fleet saying that when should a client stop working with their spiritual worker? Okay. Henry, I think that when there's a lot of people on the social media who call themselves spiritualists, but 95% of them do not know what spirituality is, because people are just talking all kind of jargons and mixing up everything, and they don't even know what they are saying. People mixing up Christianity, mixing up Judaism, mixing up Hinduism, mixing up Chinese practices, and all kind of things, and they call themselves African spirituality. There's a lot of people who are doing that. So we don't have many people who know real African traditional spirituality. And this is the reason why African Magic Temple and Revolution, we try to identify what kind of traditional spirituality what kind of spirituality we are talking about. That's why we say Ewe Voodoo. We talk about our Ewe ancestral practices, which is Voodoo. And once in a while, I will make a reference to other cultures like Hinduism, Judaism, where Kabbalah is, and then these things I mentioned of them. But our concentration is on our tradition, trying to demystify and open the confusion and misunderstanding that people have within them when it comes to our Ewe traditional spirituality, which most people call Voodoo. So when you are working with a spiritual master or a person you call your spiritual master, and then you are not seeing changes in your physical world and your spiritual world, then it is time to look somewhere else to find a teacher, to find another teacher who may teach you. And then maybe you will learn from somewhere and even go back and teach your teacher what he didn't know. Because no one single person knows it all. Some people know something, somebody knows another thing. I am sitting here, I don't know everything. What I have been taught is what I know. What I have practiced is what I know. But that doesn't give me the authority to say I know everything about Voodoo. No. That's why I always say that what I am teaching here is what I have experienced and what I have been taught. I'm not an authority on the practice of Voodoo in general to say that I know everything about Voodoo. But wherever I see tricks being put into Voodoo, I can identify it because I had been and I'm still a professional illusionist or a magician. So when I see tricks and all this being put into any of our spiritual practices, I can easily identify it. But that doesn't give me the authority over all Voodoo or the Voodoo in general. No. I only teach what I know. So, Henry, that's what it is. So when you are working with a spiritual person, or you call a master, and you can't see changes in your practice and nothing is happening, and you are there just like going to church every day and coming back and hoping and having faith, because our tradition is not based on faith and it is not based on a belief system. It's a practical scientific practices which you can use logic and reasoning to judge. So it is a practical thing. So when you are with a teacher and you are not seeing any changes in your practice or development in your spiritual life and as well as in your physical life, then it is time to look for a new teacher to learn more. Thank you very much, Henry Fleet. And Henry Fleet went on to say, Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too. And then Henry Fleet is, I think, is talking to our Nigerian brother, sister, Tawa Kalitu, Tawa, saying that Happy Independent Day. Thank you, and Happy Independent Day to all Nigerians and to our friend Tawa Kalitu or Tawa. And then our brother Koku Agbeko is a speedy recovery, Papa Dagbe ne Otogbi. Thank you very much. And we have my son Kojo Nana Kojo J Nyami. So good evening, Papa. May Afa continue to protect and guide you to teach us more. Thank you very much, Kojo. And how have you been? Hope you are doing well. Thank you. And then we have Dr. Henry Hansen. Say, good day, Papa. How are you doing? Hope all is well and family, Papa. You are looking stronger and in good shape. We thank the Creator for giving you to us. Thank you so much, Papa, for guidance. And thank you very much, Dr. Henry Hansen. We are very grateful to you. And my regards to the whole family. Okay, so we have Kwame sharing this. Okay, Kwame is sharing the live. Thank you very much, Kwame. And then we have Tower against Tower Naturals. They say, Papa, can I get voodoo from your shrine since I have already been initiated into Ifa Yoruba tradition? Yes, you can. Tower, you can get a voodoo from our shrine. Once you have been initiated into Ifa, it is Afa, it's the same. Yeah. Then Kwame wants greetings, Toby. Please, how would you advise someone who is new to Ifa? Okay, for someone who is new to Ifa, my advice is that always ask questions to your teacher. The person, your Toboko or your Babalawo who has initiated you into Ifa, or even if you have not been initiated, ask questions to find out what exactly Ifa is or Afa is. Sorry. What Afa is or what Ifa is and how to work it so that it works for you. There are so many people who got Ifa or got initiated into Ifa or Afa, yet still they just have it, the ikins or the kennels with them, and they don't know. They don't know what to do with it, and they don't know how to work it so that it works for them. Most of the time, people only know that you have to go and worship Ifa, you have to worship the kennels. No. See, our tradition is not based on worshipping. I have some. It's not based on belief and faith. So worshipping and believing that, oh, if you worship Afa will give you results. Sometimes it does not come that way. What you have to do is you always have to do a reading to find out from Afa what you should do to overcome the challenge that you are going through. By worshipping and dancing and praising Afa will not change anything. What can change things in your life, if you are initiated into Fa or you are not initiated into Fa, is to do a reading and ask the Fa what you should do to avoid or to overcome or to counteract whatever challenges are coming into your life. And this is where Afa works for you. But if you are having Afa and you are only worshiping and praying and dancing and singing and thinking that it's like Jesus Christ, that they tell you that you dance and sing and He'll bless you. No, it doesn't go like that. Afa, you need to work it practically and then it will work for you. That's how it is. At our shrine, that's what we learn. That we were also once like you people. We got Fa for over 10, 15 years. We didn't know how to work it. But we knew we have Fa. But until we got teachers who started teaching us how to work Fa, then we begin to see how good Afa is and how practical Afa or Ifa is. So having Ifa or Afa, you must do practical readings with that Ifa to know what to do to overcome challenges. This is my advice for anybody who is new to Afa or Ifa. Thank you, Kwame, for that question. And then we have Pages, which is Papa, good evening. So how many countries have you been so far? I don't know how many countries that I have been so far, but I've been to many countries, maybe at least up to about 10 different countries, I would say. Yeah, I've been to more than 10 different countries in the world, maybe more, but let me just say about 10 different countries. So I've been, I've been some places. Yeah. Why that question? Anyway, Paige, Papa, I want to do consultation. I think it's less in Ghana than outside Ghana. Pages, it depends. Our consultation, when you are in the borders of Ghana, we take 500 Ghana cedis plus 2 bottles of the Beefeater dry gin. That's what my shrine takes. These are instructions that are from our voodoos. That's what we follow. However, if you are outside of Ghana, since you cannot buy the bottle of drink or 2 bottles of drink to bring to us, and the monies and the voodoos are going to be sent outside to look for this thing, we take $165, which include our charges as well as the drink and everything. So that's what we at the African Magic Temple take for our IFA or AFA or any voodoo consultation. However, we are not the only people who know how to do reading. There are so many other spiritualists, voodoo and AFA priests who are equally very good, but you need to get to them. And so if you are going to work with us, for us, that's what we take. But maybe other people take less, or maybe they take more. We don't know. Thank you very much, Pages, for that. And then we have Ancestral Art 00840. What does it mean when you see images in water? I don't know what it means. Ancestral Arts. We here at African Magic Temple and Revolution, we are very practical people. We are very, very practical. What's it say, camera? We are very practical in our spiritual practices, and we don't just imagine things. There's a difference between ourselves and other shrines. We don't imagine things like people say they are praying to their ancestors and they saw their ancestors flying by in the form of light and all this, which I personally have never ever experienced that. But people who are entering into African traditional spirituality and learning pouring libation, some people are seeing their ancestors flying by. Some people will see so many things, but we at African Magic Temple, we are very practical people. So we cannot tell what you see in water and what it means. I myself have never seen anything in water. If I will see anything in water, then it is purposely that I am doing invocation to, and I know what I want to see, and that's what I will see. Then we have a Mark 79 saying, hello Mark, thank you for joining, how are you? The Mark 79 went on to say, Togbe, explain why sometimes the spirit turn your life upside down so that you will seek them. I don't think spirits turn people's lives upside down for you to seek them. If a spirit has worked for you and worked for your ancestors for many, many years, and your ancestors gave birth to your father and your father gave birth to you, and you decide, or you and your father decided not to pay homage or respect to them, the spirits will also withdraw their favor from you people, and that's what you will be calling that they turn your world upside down. They didn't. They just withdrew their favor because you don't recognize them. So they will withdraw their favor, and then when you are hard up, you start finding out what is going on, and then you will see that the spirits that had been protecting and guarding you have withdrawn their favor from you. That's why you are going through challenges. So it is not that the spirits intentionally want to turn your world upside down so that you will seek them. No, they are just alerting you that we had been there, but since you don't recognize us, we are waiting. We put our hands on our chest and we are watching you. Thank you very much, Mark 79. Let's go up and see, move it. And then we have Born Grace. He said, Papa, please, good evening. I was able to tell people the meaning of their dream, but how I can't do so. Now I can't do so. Then there must be something you are not doing well. That's why you cannot tell their dreams anymore. You need to develop yourself, always be on the guard that there are certain things you may do that will not allow you to be able to have your inner self talking to you. Because before you can tell people the meaning of their dreams, your inner self should be able to recognize what their dreams are, and that inner self is able to tell you what to say to the people to understand their dreams. But if now you are no more having that, that means your inner self is not as active as it used to be with you before. So find ways to develop that inner self and work it back so that it can continue giving you instincts and giving you premonitions and understanding, wisdom of what is happening in other people's dreams. Thank you very much, Born Grace. And then we have Tower again. Tower Natural say, Papa, can I use my consecrated cowries to consult my Ifa even when the cowries has its own spirit? Yes, sometimes you can use cowries to ask questions to Ifa. We also do sometimes. But to be very sure what your Ifa or Afa is saying, you either use the ikins themselves, the kernels themselves for the divination, which your teacher should have taught you already, or you ask, if you have a okpele, the divination chain, you use it to ask your Ifa questions. So it is more authentic and more direct to the answer when you use the ikins or the kernels and the divination chain than when you use cowries to ask questions to Ifa. You can only ask yes and no questions to Ifa when you are using the cowries. But if you want to have a better understanding of the Ifa, then you should use the okpele, or you should use the okpele, which is the same called okpele or divination chain, or use the ikins themselves and find out from them how they fall will tell you what the answer to your question is. Thank you very much, Tower Naturals. And then we have Kwame again, and he said, Kwame is saying, Baba, why do you no longer use palm wine in pouring libation? Who said we don't use palm wine in pouring libation? I've never used palm wine. I have never, listen to that word, I have never used palm wine pouring libation during my live sections. However, when I'm feeding ancestors in ancestral feeding, I use palm wine, I use pito, I use brukutu solom, I use gin, I use apeteshi, and I also use sweet drinks like Sprite to pour libation. So I have never used palm wine to pour libation during my live section. So maybe you might have seen it somewhere, but I have never. We use corn flour to pour libation, but then not during our live sections. I have never ever used palm wine during my live transmissions to pour libation. Thank you very much, Kwame. And then we have our sister Tawa again said, is it a must to use only kola nut for Ifa readings, or can other type of divination be used? The kola nut used in Ifa readings is the same like using the cowrie, where when you use the Evi, we call it in Evi, the divine kola nut, when you break it into, especially the one with the 4 faces, when you break it into 4 faces or into pieces and you throw it, the way it falls will tell you whether the answer is yes or no answer. So it can only give you yes and no answers, just like how the cowries also give you yes and no answers. But if you want to get Ifa or Afa talking to you directly, you either use the ikins themselves or you use the okpele or the divination chain. That is when you can get more information than just using cowrie or using the kola nut. Thank you very much, Tawa, for that question. And then we have Cosmic Francis sharing the live video. And then we have Abdul Khalifa 723 saying African Magic Temple. Yes, this is African Magic Temple. Then we have Kojo Boatin say, can you please give me a third eye? No, I don't have third eye as a commodity that I am giving to people, Kojo Boatin. When you want to develop your inner eye, you need to work on it. It is not something like a gift somebody can give you. If someone give you third eye as a gift, I have never seen anybody giving third eye to anybody as a gift. It is an inner growth that with time, when you practice, you slowly awaken your inner eyes to be able to see. But then it is not a gift that people give people. It's not Christianity. This we are talking about tradition, and we are talking about reality here, not what people go and say God has called me. It's a call. I have a call. Who called you? Say, I have a call. That's why I'm doing pastor work. You're hungry and you don't have a job and you become pastor. You say it's a call. Who called you? Where is the God before he called you and didn't call me? So you that third eye is not something like a bofrot or tobe or kaklu or biscuit that somebody can give you and they say, oh, I give you third eye, go and see. If you want to see, you have to work on it. That's how nature has created this world. Thank you. And then we have a user 1724 60 54 46 453 sharing the video. Thank you very much for that. And we have Bon Grace say, Papa, thank you very much, and thank you too. Then Tower Natural say, Papa, I am trained on the Dilogun, that is 16 carats. I know Mary in Dilogun, I know that 16 carats divination. It answers more than yes or no, sir. Okay, so if you are doing the Mary Dilogun, which is the 16 carat, then it is almost the same like using the Okpele or using the Ifa Ikins. So if it is that's what you have, then of course you can use it, because the 16 calorie divination is like the same like the Okpele, because the Okpele is also 16. 4 on one side, 4 on another side of the chain, and then another 4, making 16. So Mary Dilogun or the Dilogun is the same as the what do you call it, Okpele, and you can use it to read Afa. And once you are trained on that, then you are fine. Thank you very much, Bon Grace. Yeah, and Bon Grace sharing the live. Thank you too. And then we have Paige. Papa, please, I want to do consultation, but I want you to work for me, please. No one else, please. Pages, at our shrine, I'm the one who work with my children. We don't let other people work. It is the people in the shrine, the people we train here, and the people who are working here. We are the ones who work. There are times that I have to let the children also perform some of the rites, in the sense that there will be a day that I will not be here, whether I am dead or I travel, and they will need to know how to continue helping people. So they practice and they are good enough to work. But if you want me to do a reading for you, I can do the reading for you. There's no problem. Thank you. And then we have a Wakanda jam. It comes with a heavy price. I don't know what you mean, but maybe what you are saying is right. Then we have Kojo Boatin again say, please, do you do lottery? No, this shrine is not a game of chance shrine. We don't do lotteries, and we don't do any betting game here. Our spiritual practices is not for game. We are practicing a real and a serious traditional African spirituality here, and it is not for playing lotto or lottery. And then we have Genesis New Dam. It's a good day, sir. How do we work on ourselves to open the third eye? What are the things to do? Before your third eye or your inner eye or your instincts can start to work with you, one, you need to practice. And you have to find a practice that is suitable to you, which would help you develop that third eye, or the sixth sense, as it is called in some other places. Now, a lot of people, they say third eye. They thought that you are going to grow an eye. They say no, it's just the sixth sense. Human beings, normally we have 5 senses. That is, the senses is to smell, to taste, to hear, to see, and to smell. we have these 5 senses. But apart from that, there is the 6th sense, which when you develop it, or when it is happening in your life, you don't know why you know. You will not know why you know something. That's why it's called the inner awakening. That is the 6th sense, and the people call it third eye. So it is something that people have to work on. It is not like a one-day job that I want to open my eyes. That's why I had said earlier that at our shrine, it's a very practical shrine. We don't believe in anything. We don't use faith or belief system. So to be seeing things in water, I don't know what it means. Unless, of course, you know how to invoke a spirit in water to see it. That's a different event. But just by seeing things in water would not give you any answer. That is just imagination. Where are we? Genesis it's a third eye. What are the things to do? Like, you need to get a teacher who knows and be able to guide you through either meditation or doing some Vosa or Ebo, or there must be some practice. You can't just get it like that. You have to practice something. So that's what it is. Then Wakanda Jam is saying, my previous comment to is up, sir. Okay, well, I don't know which one is your previous comment, but you said, okay, then let's go up and no, go down. Is there any Wakanda? I say it's up there. Okay, go slowly. Let's see. Okay. Wakanda Jam is saying third eyes can be bought, but it is the witchcraft kind. Stay away from it. Okay, I don't know. Me, I have never bought one before, and I also don't know much about witchcraft, so I cannot tell. But maybe there is. Thank you very much, Wakanda, for that. And then we have oh no, Amarola Fimundo Odakpelo. Let's go up. Okay. No, there's that the tower's on. It said, thank you, Papa. I get you now. Thank you too. And then, are you sure that? No, I didn't read this one. My previous comment is up. We haven't seen it. Then it's about the third eye. Okay, then the third eye is what I have just explained. Then we have Wakanda Jam say, I have that sense. Okay, so you must work on it to be able to develop it so that you can use it for your benefit and also for the benefit of humanity at large. And then Wakanda Jam say, it's usually connected with your spirit. Okay, I agree with you. And then Tower Natural said, can my personal Ifa be used to console for another, like family? Yes, of course, Ifa is there to console for another person, and not only family, but anybody else. But then you must be trained in how to use your Ifa to consult. There are so many people who have been initiated into Ifa or Afa, but they were not trained to be able to do consultation for other people. So they may not know how to use a Ifa or Afa to do consultation. So if you want to know how to use a Ifa or Afa to do consultation, then I will advise that you go back to your teacher if he's still your teachers, if they are still alive, or go to any other Babalawo who knows very well to teach you how to use your Ifa or Afa for consultation. And an ancestral at 0084, he said, I will show you. Yeah, thank you. And then Genesis New Dawn, he said, thanks for your excellent answer, sir. God bless you, and God bless you too. And then we have Wakanda Jam, he said, it was about the third eye. Yes, okay, the third eye is what I just spoke about. Third eye is the extra sensory perception, which people call ESP. People call it inner awakening. People call it instinct awakening. And some people call it the third eye. It is something that comes with your spirit. And then if you are born with it, then that is that. But even then, if you are born with it, you need to do some practices in order to enhance and develop it. And then born grace is Papa. My grandpa was a herbalist, and now he is no more there. Why is that called? He's no more there, but I am into it. Is it transferred to me? If you are from that ancestral line of your DNA you share with your grandpa, definitely you will also, if you have the interest, the spirit world and your inner self will try as much as possible to open doors for you so that you can also, whether it is transferred or it's not transferred, that one I cannot tell, but since you share a DNA with your grandpa, there's possibility that some of his interests in life are also running in your DNA. Then we have L222 saying, Papa, can you tell me how to clear my head with coconut? I don't know how to clear a head with coconut. This, I think, is more of a Cuban Isese or how do you call it again? Isese, and the other one called Lukumi. That's where people are clearing their head with coconut and all this thing. Here in our Ewe Afa, it's not mostly a coconut, but if Afa through reading says you should use coconut to clear your head, then it is coconut. But generally, we even I don't even remember I use myself using a coconut to clear my head. So I don't know so much about clearing or cleaning the head with coconut. Then we have Mark 17. Papa, tell us about the Odu behind you. The Odu behind me is called Woli Wogodo in our Ewe Afa. I think in Yoruba Ifa is called Wani Ori Gunda, which is talk about going back to your root, or Sankofa. Go back to your roots and go backwards and to pick in knowledge and wisdom. That's what the Ifa Wuli Woguda or Wuli Gunda, that is what it is. That's our in our logo. Thank you very much, Mark. And then we have Tower Natural. So, Papa, I have a lot of questions, but like you said, to close early today, that you closed early today, I'll ask you next week. Thank you very much, Tower and Natural. I'm very grateful. Yeah. No, let's finish with that one. Ever. Are you sure? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so let's go to this thing. We have Michael James. Thank you for your wisdom, Papa, in response. I am very grateful, Michael James. And then we have Shamba Muhammad. Say, Papa, please, can I have some information about the blood and tears of Jesus herb? Yes, okay. Shamba, I will have to go back into my notes. And then it's the time I use the blood and tears of Jesus Christ, as our people call that herb. It's a very long time, and I will be making mistake if I should just say something here. But I know that it's very powerful, and we had used it in the past. That's why I grew it in my house. But I'm not very sure if I can have a full information for you here. But somehow I will look back into my notes and see what I can pull out for you. Thank you very much, Bokor Shamba Muhammad. Okay. I think we are done. Okay. So I thank you all for today. We had been here late, and but we are closing early. We had some challenges with our cameras and other things, so that's why today we were using the phone to transmit. And thank you all very much for joining the section. Somebody is saying, Papa, how can I use 4 calories to get yes and no responses? Okay. Wakanda Jam. The 4 calories is when 2 of them goes up and 2 facing down, it's a yes answer. If all the 4 are up, it's also a yes answer. And if all the 4 are down, it's also a yes answer. However, when there is 3 up and 1 down, it's a no answer. When there is a 3 down and 1 up, it's a no answer. And so that's what it is when you are using the 4 cowries. But your cowries also must be properly prepared so that they can be able to answer very well. Because cowries are not just cowries you just buy from market and expect to get good results. You can start practicing with them until when you get a chance to get a proper one that has been initiated, and then they put the talking herbs in it so that when you throw them, they will not make any mistake. So I think I have answered that question for you. You can cast your shells for 2 or 3 times to get your answer. Thank you. Okay, talk with mama, my dad fellow, go. I'm a simple bring us good health. And then next week, I don't know what has happened today. I was strong all this morning, and then when we went to do a ritual at Togbe Glibdo's room, and there in the room I became sick. I don't know what it is, but now that I am finished, I have finished my this. May you people bring good health for me and to me and to all the people who had been part of this program, and those who had not also been part of this program. Please bring them good health. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much. I'm very, very grateful to all of you, and bye bye till next week.
Me no